Okay, let's go ahead and get started here. Happy Wednesday. If you are a golf fan, well, hopefully you appreciate this shirt. I got my American flag and golf clubs on. Not on the golf course today. It is very rainy, not to mention my allergies are killing me right now. I have a really raspy voice, so not really going to be showing too much enthusiasm, but then again, the market is not showing too much enthusiasm too. Welcome if you are new here. If you enjoy this content, definitely smash the like button and think about subscribing for future content. Subscribing is entirely free. I am also on X as well, same username, and my link is in the description. Straight off the bat, I am starting to do a public profile challenge, and it's a great time to actually be doing one of these challenges because, well, there is a lot of drama, and this stock market is, whoo, it's having a lot of problems, So I did actually buy a stock today to add to my profile. Yesterday, I ended up pulling the trigger on quite a bit of positions. I'm probably going to be adding more money to this account. Maybe an extra two, or it honestly really depends how much the market goes down. I mean, if we experience a Liberation Day sell-off, deploying capital is gonna be a thing for probably everyone. But my intention is basically to go ahead and take a 25, maybe $30,000 profile. Do a challenge over the course of the next year and a half, grow it to six figures. It's very possible to do, very easy to do. You don't have to be a gambler. By all means, I am not a gambler. You don't have to be a gambler to make life-changing money in the stock market. If anyone tells you that you have to be a gambler, well, then they are a gambler themselves, because that's not how it works. But right now we are in a very much a correction. Really a textbook definition of a mild correction. We'll go ahead and get to the moving averages momentarily, but yesterday I pulled the trigger on some stocks. Ended up buying some AMD shares, some Robinhood shares, some Palantir. I'm holding SoFi. I ended up buying the SoFi shares on Liberation Day low back in April. I might start adding to my SoFi position. I'm a SoFi bull. I own a ton of SoFi shares, over 1,600 shares on my main account. But yes, I do believe the vision for SoFi is tremendous, and I've spent a lot of time talking about them on this channel, and I will continue to do so. But I also believe in being diversified and not really putting all your eggs in one basket. I've done that before. It's actually worked in my favor, and then I've also done it, and it did not work in my favor. So, if I had to take a gamble, I would say diversification is the best way to go. But I did pull the trigger today on Meta. And I want to talk a little bit about Meta in the opening of this video. I've been in and out of Meta multiple times. First time I've actually owned Meta on this account, on my Webull account. And I'm probably going to be adding more. So I was talking about this yesterday, how I really would like maybe 5 core positions on this account, but I may extend them to 6. SoFi is one. Palantir definitely is going to be one. Hood is going to be one. AMD is going to be one. Meta, I was really 50-50, but I mean, here's a chart on Meta. I have been in and out of Meta over the last 3 years now. I have not made life-changing money, but every single time that I've been in Meta, I have made 30, 40, 50% return. The largest position I've had in Meta was actually a little over 10K. Ironically, it was during Liberation Day when I was buying Meta on this gigantic just V down here. I sold way too early, but did I sell way too early? Because that's the question. I ended up selling a lot in this time frame, And you can argue, well, I could have held and then I could have maybe no, that's not. I am a profitable trader, and I'm extremely grateful to God that I am profitable, because there are traders out there that are not profitable. It's all about profitability. Are you a profitable trader? The answer is yes or no. And if you are, well, then you're going to understand what I'm saying. You're never going to buy the bottom, bottom, bottom. You're never going to sell the top, top, top. You need to drill that in your head. I have a military background, so I love drilling a lot of things in my head. And it is a phrase that you have to tattoo your brain with. I did not buy the Liberation Day low. I was buying up in this area, and I was down. I do remember buying a couple shares down here, but the vast majority of my share buying was all up here. And then when we were going up, I was still buying shares, because if you go ahead and start buying shares on a pullback and you buy, buy. If you buy the entire V, you make money. It's all about making money. But I made a significant amount of money in Meta, thousands and thousands of dollars. That's thousands of dollars by clicking your mouse. Give me a break. That's phenomenal. We are 35% from all-time highs. Meta is having a spending issue, but are they? Do you trust Zuckerberg? I do. Why? Is because the guy's a baller. The guy has taken this company through multiple recessions. This guy is not going to let his company fail. If he's going to let his company fail, then there are other factors in play. Their quarter came out, their earnings, and he's spending more money than they are generating. Is that a bad thing? You tell me. They bought Instagram. Look at Instagram. They bought WhatsApp. Look at WhatsApp. Every time this happens to the company, it gets a pullback. Keep the numbers simple. You take $1,000, you buy down here, and then you sell when they get back to all-time highs. You're up significantly. You're up like over a third. Take it even further. 10 grand, 100K, that's a lot of money. That's profits. The whole point is profits are profits. So right now, the stock itself is just below, and I am a technical trader. I do believe in technicals. These are the three major averages. It's below the 50, below 100, below 200. Give me a break. It's a buying opportunity like crazy. The RSI, relative strength index, anything below 30 is oversold. Right now we're at oopsie, what the hell did I just do? We are at there, my big head is in the way. We're at 22. Actually, to be honest, I'm probably going to buy another share. Yeah, that's actually I just looking at it right now, that's I'm not a financial advisor. You guys do you, but like that's for a major stock like this is fear. Utterly fear. People are running around with their heads chopped off right now. 22 RSI, the MACD is beaten down right here. It looks like it wants to curl up though, which is bullish. Either way, I mean, Meta is a screaming buy. So today, right now, AMD is basically pretty much, it's so sad. This morning started out fairly good. It's kind of like a bull trap early on in the morning. And right now we're seeing the market is just, it's scared. You can see the market is just scared. Robinhood actually, I believe out of the 5 stocks that I own is the only one showing some green. Palantir is having a significant hard time. Having another hard day. Yesterday I pulled the trigger. Depending on what happens later on today, might be another buying opportunity for me. SoFi I'm holding off on, and I really want to see what happens. I'm shares balls deep in SoFi right now. If we break the 100-day moving average on SoFi, which I'm a SoFi bull, but technicals don't lie. The odds are not in our favor for maintaining this 100-day moving average. But if we break this 100-day moving average, we got a lot more downside here. The MACD on SoFi is pointing down. The RSI is 41. So the stock is theoretically not really fully oversold, which means we have more room to go down. I would love to accumulate more shares of SoFi on this account. I really would. Am I going to make SoFi into a giant position or because on this account, SoFi is already a giant position, and I would really like some probably make Palantir, if I could get Palantir to maybe a $4,000 position size. Robinhood also $4,000 position size. AMD maybe $3,000. I own a tremendous amount of AMD on my main profile. Meta also maybe get to the $25,000, maybe $3,000 range. And then as for another position of what I'm looking to get into, I'm not entirely sure yet, because with Amazon actually just got a downgrade. Amazon is a phenomenal company. They are still growing. Their earnings were amazing. The issue is with Amazon is they tend to really, they follow the economy to a T. And the reason they got a downgrade is it's utterly so stupid. Basically, pretty much, yeah, the Rothschilds, go figure, huh? I'm a small fish in a big pond, by the way. I'm not some big wig Wall Street investor. I have no relationship to any of these people whatsoever. But it's pretty funny how they get a downgrade. Pretty much one segment of Amazon business. Oh boy, I'm going to sound AWS, is it? It's one segment that people have a lot of fear over. A lot of it has to do with AI, and people are just panicking. But then again, people are panicking across the market. As a buyer, you should be loving this. So as for the SPY, and this is where the indexes don't reflect what is truly going on here. I don't trust the indexes because the indexes right now are showing some strength, a little bit of strength. It's showing a somewhat of a rebound. Same thing on the Qs. IWM is definitely hit harder. IWM, Russell 2000, small caps. But the biggest thing you have to look at is Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is a resemblance of the NASDAQ. And right now, Bitcoin, we're at 27. I mean, hey, if you have $89,000 is a lot, in my opinion, to tie up. But I mean, if you're a baller, and if you're a bull for crypto, like Bitcoin is going through a downward cycle right now. And it's also incredible. Do I believe that Bitcoin is going to go back to all-time highs? Oh yeah, absolutely. We've seen this so many times before. It's not even funny. But the whole point is that you got Bitcoin, the RSI is below 30. Some people argue that RSI doesn't matter on crypto. Trading is trading, but you can still take that into account. The tentacles on Bitcoin is just terrible. Absolutely terrible. The biggest thing that can happen today is pretty much NVIDIA. We got to see what NVIDIA does on their earnings. I'm going to be tied up later, so I'm probably not going to be able to actually make a video today and stuff, but I'll talk about it early in tomorrow's video. I'm going to try to put out a video a day on this channel. But if NVIDIA comes in and they utterly... there has been times where NVIDIA has saved the market. Many times. 2024, NVIDIA was saving the market like practically every other quarter. If NVIDIA comes out and says, hey, our growth rate is still here, we beat on guidance, we're raising everything up, we beat on revenue, we're not really seeing anything, everything is rock and rolling, it could really get a great rebound. But is the rebound, is it just a rebound, or is it going to be a trend to all-time highs? I'm not talking about all-time highs for Nvidia. I'm talking about all-time highs for the overall market. Tomorrow at 9:30 or at 8:30, we're also getting the jobs report. I believe for September. And a lot of people are really worried about what that may be because that's really going to that's going to dictate a rate cut for December. So you're going to see SoFi. SoFi could very well fluctuate 5%, in my opinion, in either direction. We saw SoFi get hit the other day. When was it? Last week. You're talking SoFi took a 10% nosedive. So it can be anything economically and also interest rate sensitivity. A position like SoFi is going to go either direction. A lot of people are worried about artificial bounces and really pretty much a bull trap. I love using the Keltner channel, technical analysis as well too. SoFi is definitely down below, but it has a lot more room to go to. Like I said, Meta is just hammering down the Keltner channel. AMD still has a lot of room to pull back, definitely around 211. Robinhood is definitely on the lower end, and Palantir is definitely on the lower end too. But I actually didn't take a look at the major indexes. Yeah, the major indexes are on the lower end, and then you look at the IWM, they're on the far lower end. NASDAQ, they're on the lower end. Like I said, Bitcoin is just trailing further down. Very surprised today to actually see the VIX actually. To be honest, I'm actually more surprised the VIX didn't actually trend back up to near 30, the volatility index. But regardless, I mean, there is a lot of fears still. We got to see what Nvidia does today. From a technical standpoint, they definitely can push significantly higher. I mean, if they come in with something surprising, we could see Nvidia back at $200 easily. It could force up the entire market. Maybe the job data tomorrow is what the market is expecting and wants. The market wants a little bit of bad data. The market doesn't want significantly bad data, meaning we're going into a recession. If we're going into a recession, that's going to create such a downward fear and sell-off across everything. And it's also very bad for the economy as well. Except we have the Federal Reserve behind us that can help us by massively cutting interest rates. In 2022, the Federal Reserve was against us. They were in front of us. So for me personally, as a retail trader, I'm willing to really risk capital because the Federal Reserve is behind us. On the same time, you also have the Trump administration, which is going to be fighting tooth or nail. Like him or hate him, you have midterms next year. If we fall into recession, it's over for the Republican Party. There's going to be a swap. And this administration is going to do whatever it takes to not have that happen. So there's more factors leaning that if we do get if we get a mini correction in the stock market, which my opinion we're already in, but if we go ahead and push down lower, not like a massive low as like Liberation Day back in April, but if we go ahead and just, let's say, go down maybe another couple percent here. We're already down 4% from all-time highs. Let's say we go down to 8%. 8% means that you're going to have stocks like SoFi, Palantir, Robinhood, AMD, Meta, Amazon, Nvidia, Bitcoin. They're going to be hit even harder. When the NASDAQ, when the SPY goes down by another 4 or 5%, you have these companies go down by 15, 20, maybe even 25, 30% more. And for someone like myself, it's just buying opportunity. Like I said, not a financial advisor here, but I have done a significant amount of trading. During 2020 is when I got into the market, made life-changing money. 2021 as well. 2022, I got my bum handed to me. 2023 was even worse for me. 2024 recovered. And this year is a great year because I have trained myself to buy the fear, buy the blood, and you sell the rip. That's just prime trading 101. Am I going to be what are my plans really quickly? So SoFi, very long-term holder. I'm holding SoFi because the vision for SoFi is over the next decade. You have the CEO and the management team. They have stated the T word, trillion-dollar company over the next decade. I believe in their vision. I see them as a financial giant of a bank. Meta could very well be a trade. I know that may sound crazy, but yes, Meta could be a trade. If I go ahead and do a full-size position of maybe 4 or 5 grand into Meta, and if I make a couple thousand, that could be a trade. Because there are phenomenal growth companies right now that I haven't shared just yet that are like SoFi and Palantir when they were in the $7. Yes, there are growth companies left and right. Why am I not interested in some of those companies right now? Because they haven't made the flip yet. SoFi, I got into SoFi when they made the flip. What is the flip? Of profitability. You got to know these companies' balance sheets, and you got to know them on a fundamental level as well. I believe in technical analysis, but you got to know FA, fundamental analysis. The whole reason I started buying SoFi back in 2024 is because they did a flip. They flipped their balance sheet, and the same thing happened with Palantir. They flipped. Look at Robinhood. I chose SoFi over Robinhood, but I mean, I'm really glad I did that. Robinhood, in my opinion, has different things going on, but still extremely bullish in the company. AMD, they have done a massive flip. They're going to be experiencing massive growth. AMD, I'm holding probably for the next like 3-5 years, but Palantir, or rather, I should say, a company like Meta, a company like Robinhood. Palantir could very much be like a trade over the next like year and stuff, depending pretty much what happens. But I see good things significantly happening, hopefully throughout 2026. We're going to be experiencing hiccups along the way, and that's where you got to go ahead and do your research and understand that fear is buying opportunities. All right, so let's go ahead and hope we get some good things out of NVIDIA. But then again, I know a lot of people are hoping that they totally miss their earnings. That would be interesting. Oh boy. We just got to be patient and see. How many more hours? Like 4 more hours, we'll know. All right, like I said, if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.